Welcome everyone, this is the second lesson about smart pointers, and in this specific lesson we will talk about the Deref trait. The Deref trait, Deref stands for the reference, allows to customize the behavior of this dereference operator. And the dereference operator is used to follow the reference of the value it points to. We'll make an example soon, just as a refresher. Basically, to make a reference, we use the ampersand, and to the reference, we use the asterisk. Of course, that's not a multiplication operation. That has nothing to do with that. Why are we talking about the dereference operator in the smart pointers section? Because by implementing the Deref trait, you can have the smart pointers to be treated and to behave like a regular reference. We made many lessons about references and borrowing in Rust, so I leave some links below. Here we are focused on the smart pointers and the Deref trait. Let's make an example, more as a refresher. We are here in this Rust project. If we define a variable, for example, like this, let x equal 5 and then let y equal ampersand x. Y is a reference to the variable x. Assert equal, so we want to check if x is equal to 5, and we try to type assert equal 5 to y, cargo run. We have an error here. Let's read. Can't compare integer with @integer. Why? Because they are different types. So Rust can't compare y if y is a reference to x. Okay, so in this case, on line 21, we have to type, instead of 5y, 5 asterisk y. So we need to dereference the y reference, and now it should work. Cargo run. And now it works. This is very important because when we have a reference, and for example here y is a reference to x, we need to dereference it if we actually want to check the value of y and not the actual reference. We can make a similar example using box, the smart pointer that we saw in the previous lesson, something like that. And you see the code is almost the same. Here, instead of the reference, we have this box new, so this instance of this box smart pointer. Box is a smart pointer that allows you to store some data on the heap rather than on the stack. And here the main difference is that instead of having a reference to x, y creates a new instance of box, but it behaves in a very similar way. If we do cargo run here, it still works. Now I want to do something else. I want to implement my own smart pointers, because in this case I will have to implement the Deref trait. We will see this in a couple of minutes. In this case, we'll have a smart pointer called myBox. Now, this is not the logic of the box smart pointer. I'm just, let's say, inventing a new smart pointer just because I want to use it. And we will call it myBox. To do that, we use a struct, a tuple struct here. We have this simple struct myBox using generics. I have lessons on generics. I will put the link below. And let's say that I want to use a struct method here, implementing this new function. In this case, the function new takes this parameter, this generic parameter, and returns a myBox instance that holds the value passed in. Let's try it out. Let's do what we did with the box smart pointer, but using myBox in this case. So let x equal 5, let y equal myBox new. So we create a new instance of this myBox, and then let's try assert equal 5x and assert equal 5y. Cargo run. We have an error. Let's read. Type myBox cannot be dereferenced. Could not compile the ref due to the previous error. In this case, we can't use this out of the box, one word intended. Why do we have this error? Because myBox here does not implement the Deref trait. I just created this tuple struct, but this is not enough to do something like we did before with the box smart pointers. What should we do here? We need to implement the Deref trait. Let's do this. The Deref trait is in the standard library. To do that, we need to, first of all, import it. We import from the standard library operators the Deref trait, and then we need to implement it. So impl the Deref trait for the myBox tuple. Here GitHub Copilot is smart. This is on line 20 is an associated type. We didn't see this yet. This is basically the type of the value that the type T is the referencing to. Okay, so we are creating this type, this associated type, and to implement the Deref trait, traits are similar to interfaces, we need to implement this single function called Deref that returns a reference to this generic type. And here in the body of the function we use @self.0, so the ref returns a reference to the value we want to access using the asterisk operator, the Deref operator. Using .0 we'll have access to the first value in the tuple struct. In Rust there is also a concept called Deref Coercion, and it is useful, for example, if we want to use strings on string slices. Let's see an example here. If we create a function here called hello, with name as a string slice as an input, and it prints this hello name, and then in the main function we can type let m myBox new string from Francesco, my name, and then here I can type hello @m, and if I type cargo run I have indeed hello Francesco. So here we are calling the function hello with this argument @m, so the reference to this m, and in this case it does work because we implemented the Deref trait. In this case the Rust compiler can turn @myBox into @string, calling the Deref function. Let's talk about Deref coercion and mutability, because we can use Deref to override the reference operator for immutable references, and we can also use the DerefMut trait to override the dereference operator for mutable references. How does Rust work with Deref coercion with mutable and immutable variables? We have three cases. From immutable variable to immutable variable, we use the Deref trait. When we are from mutable variable to mutable variable, we use the DerefMut. We can also go from a mutable variable, third case, to an immutable variable, but you can't go from an immutable variable to a mutable variable. In this case, for borrowing rules, you are not allowed to do that. And that's it for this video. You will have all this code available on GitHub, no worries, in the link below. If you have any questions, just let me know. In the next lesson, we will see the drop trait, also another very important trait for smart pointers. See you in the next video. Bye.